It's a very well-known US brand. And so what's your net worth, Ty? People always want to know my net worth. Here's the thing about net worth. I look at the Forbes list, fine. Nobody's net worth is exactly what it, just think about who the richest man in the world really is. It's Putin. Putin's net worth is not anywhere online. So I tell people, just focus on, focus on your own net worth, man. There's always somebody gonna be richer than you and poorer than you. It's how the game goes, So Ty used to work at both Linens and Things and Pier 1 as a salesman. There you go. Rothschilds are richest in the world. Long time ago they were. Rothschilds maybe 100 years ago, but definitely not now. Anthony said 31 million. Yeah, that's public info. That's what we bid for Pier 1. Okay. What do you think about touchless money transfer stocks? I mean, that's what crypto is. Okay. Someone's aiming to be a trillionaire. Hey, I'll tell you this. You should don't have just a goal to be a trillionaire. Or a billionaire. It's a weird goal to have. Have a different goal. Like, for example, you want to own a sports team or something like that. Or you want to own, like for me, I like farms, and obviously real estate, farm land is valuable. So I've been buying up farm land. And so my goal isn't like I want to have, $1 billion worth of farmland. I pick a different goal. Like I want to own land in all the most fertile parts of the world. Argentina, Midwest of the United States, some of Canada, some parts of Scandinavia, the Ukraine. Make more interesting goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, just some people have just blunt goals. Like, I want to be a millionaire. Well, there's lots of millionaires. You can do that. So what I would say, instead of just saying I want to be a millionaire, be like, yo, I want to own a clothing brand that moves 1,000 units a day or 10,000. The money will come if you set a decent goal like that. It just makes it's harder to pursue just an actual intangible $1 billion. It gets lost in the brain. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to fathom what $1,000 million is. So when I see people like, oh, I want to be a billionaire, I'm like, most billionaires that I know, they got in it with a different set of goals. Do I consider myself a billionaire now? No. I don't know if I'd want to be a billionaire. Just, first of all, I do not think it makes any sense, in my opinion, to be, I don't even want to be on the Forbes list. You lose your privacy. Look at celebrities now. It's not even fun to be a rock star. It used to be fun to be a rock star in the 70s. Imagine being a rock star in the 70s, or be Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Now you got to be woke and all this stuff. I feel like it's boring. You know what I mean? So I think that being on the Forbes list or something like that seems like it would be boring, I guess. It's a boring goal. Hold on one second. Okay. So how are you going to say to lose privacy when you have 3 million followers on Instagram? Yeah, but I'm not known as like a billionaire. And even that, I don't even care about my Instagram anymore. I don't even post that much. People are like, oh, you're losing, like you used to be at 3 million, now you're at 2.9. I'm like, I don't care. If it went down to 1.1 or 1 follower, I don't think I care anymore. Like other people's like big goal, like my goal is never to be Instagram. Like I use Instagram followers was a tool to focus on other goals that I have. I mean, some people literally have goals to have a lot of Instagram followers or TikTok followers. I'm like, well, it's a weak goal. It should be a stepping stool. It should be like a ladder. You use the ladder to climb. Imagine meeting somebody like, what's your goal? Like, let's say they're building a house and they're on a ladder. They're like, my goal is a ladder. And I'm like, I thought you're using a ladder to build a house. They're like, no, I just want a ladder. I just like to climb up and down it all day long. I'm like, for me, I want a ladder so I can put the roof on my house. My goal is the house, not the ladder. And I think a lot of people forget to set their goals correctly, man. TikTok ladder moving out from US. It's talking about building a house. Somebody asked, how do you break up with your girlfriend? Somebody asked me if to do a class on how to break up with your girlfriend. I'm not sure I'm the expert, but if you really don't want to be with somebody, you might just have to have a sit down talk and be like, hey, this sucks, but I might as well tell it to you now. It's like a Band-Aid. You might as well rip the Band-Aid off and not slowly pull it off. It hurts forever, you know? Truth is strong as steel. SMMA in 2020. Every program I put out still works in 2020. There is no doubt about that. You know, there is no doubt DSMC works, digital consulting, e-com consulting, building an e-com platform, real estate investing works. And real estate will get stronger here, I believe, in the next 6 to 12 months as more and more people kind of feel the pressure to sell. So we create a course on M&A. Yeah, I have in the ABI program. I've been recording content on the stuff that I'm doing. So Rudy's going to give a presentation here, kind of talking about this. We're closing this special we've had. We had it for Independence Day from 4th of July. People asked us to keep it open a little bit longer, but we're obviously getting a good bit past the 4th of July. So we're going to close it up today. So that's what we're doing, this live call, the ABI program, which is in that. It's basically all my programs for one, or most of my programs for one price. Ty, what's your best method for gurus? Man, somebody's putting breakup advice here. Best way to find books. I mean, I like classic books. I like books about history. People have stood the test of time. I'm reading a book about, not a super old book, but a book about Steve Schwartzman. He built a company called Blackstone. And it's a story of the last 40 years, you know, how he built that thing. He's not a guru. Blackstone is a monster company. Somebody said, Ty, I forgot to tell you, sorry for insulting you on the previous live. I was stupid. I listen to you every day, and you've been a catalyst to my development. No hard feelings, my friend. I don't remember what that was about, but yeah. What does abundance mean to Ty? Probably not having stress. That means you have abundance. The lack of stress, or the removal of stress, is the beginning of abundance. So if you're stressed over paying your rent, you don't have an abundance of money. You know, if you don't feel good, you don't have an abundance of health. Yeah, that's stress, that cortisol, you know. If you're stressed about finding someone, finding love, you don't have an abundance of choices. So I think at the end of the day, it's all about abundance. And abundance is hard to get, you know. I heard Adam Lyons was upstairs when you first filming the Lamborghini. It might be. I've known him for a while. It could be. I don't remember exactly. Do you agree with ads are a better way to market or social media? I mean, most of the ads you do now are social media ads, so they blend together. Obviously, if you can create a non-paid viral video that gets people to do the call to action you would like them to do, that's better than paid ads. So if you can go viral is first, but it's hard to make everything viral. So if it can't go viral, then your second best thing to do is create ads. And most of them are social media ads in the modern world. Ty, what's your personal vision statement? Yeah, it's a tough question. Are you talking about it today? Or if I look back at the end of my life? At the end of my life, I want to be like, oh, that guy was kind of a mad scientist. That's probably one of mine. Meaning I tried stuff that people didn't try. I took the heat from people when I did stuff. It's funny. I've been telling people to do online education, and people said my stuff's too expensive. Well, Harvard now is online. It's $50,000 a year. My SMMA program for $990 for $1,000 don't look so bad anymore, does it? And you got more practical stuff in that than an undergrad in art history from Harvard for 4-year $200,000. So I was ahead of the curve on that, and so that's what I mean by mad scientists are ahead of the curve, and they're also sometimes fail because they try crazy stuff, doesn't work. They're also hard to predict. I'm a little hard to predict. People are like, oh, this is a guy who just loves money and just loves Lamborghinis. And then I'm like, oh, wait, he's on a farm. Like, oh, he's got a farm with the Amish with horses. And so I like to be a little unpredictable. Some people are like, oh, Ty doesn't know anything about business. And then Wall Street Journal's like, boom, Ty buying some of the biggest brands in American history. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't quite have that Ty got figured out. You know what I'm saying? So some people are like, oh, this guy doesn't know anything about business. He just knows about marketing. Well, always let people underestimate you. Mad scientists are always underestimated. They do. Elon Musk was a mad scientist. He was underestimated. I remember reading an article, 2008, this idiot Elon Musk borrowing $3 billion. He'll never be able to pay it back. See, he was underestimated. So, okay. Well, that said, so I'm going to introduce Rudy. So for those of you who know, Rudy runs some of my brands. Rudy has scaled businesses even before working with me from 10 to $100 million in revenue. He is one of the main instructors in the ECS program. He runs a lot of important stuff in my personal brand, tylopez.com. He been through my SMMA program when he was starting out. I mean, he was doing stuff before that, but he understands my programs because he actually went through them. So he's going to do a presentation, and I'm going to mute myself here. And Rudy, take it away.
I'm ready. Thanks, Ty. Right, guys, I will share my screen. I'll go through the presentation me and Ty put together for you guys. So I had some words of wisdom from Ty there. I'm going to run through this presentation for you guys, and then I will allow some Q&A at the end, and I'll save a little time for that, okay? So today I'm going to teach just briefly some of the biggest costly mistakes to avoid, right? So there's a famous quote out there. I don't remember who it's from exactly. I think Warren Buffett. But he said, if you want to be successful in life, or you want to make your business successful, just write out everything that could cause it to fail and don't do it. Okay. It's kind of a really cool idea when you think about it. It's very simple, but when you think about how logical it is, it's actually really cool. So that's kind of the approach we're taking on today's presentation. Is I'm going to teach you guys some things that you should avoid, okay? Some costly mistakes that you guys might make that really you only learn from experience, right? Me and Ty probably made some of these earlier in our days, and now we've learned, okay? So you guys are here today to be mentored, to learn from people maybe further ahead than you. So hopefully we can share that with you and share exactly what not to do, right? So not only can you avoid this, I'm going to go into what you should do and what is like a really strong business idea right now, or a way that we believe you could build a business, okay? So learn what to avoid. And then at the end of the presentation, I'll teach you what you could focus on, okay? So, there's a famous saying, there's nothing so useless as doing efficiently something that shouldn't be done at all. Okay. And people, a lot of entrepreneurs, and especially on the internet, like online marketers, there's that whole kind of like grind and work 16 hours a day idea. And I'm fine with that. Like, I work 16 hours a day. But the big thing, like, that a lot of people miss out within that kind of whole mindset is doing productive work that's going to move you forward versus work that isn't, right? And then a lot of people work 16 hours a day. A year later, they look back and their efforts, they've not achieved what they want to achieve. Touch wood, so far in my life, my business has always gone up and up and up, and my growth's always gone up. And the reason I think for that is I'm very conscious of what I'm doing every day, what business I'm doing, what route I'm taking, what advertising I'm doing, what funnel I'm building, okay? So make sure you guys don't fall into that trap that you're working hard, but you're not working smart, okay? So next slide, working hard versus smart. Working hard, you trade your time for energy, or you trade your time and energy for money, or maybe no money if you don't follow the right stuff. You kind of learn from your mistakes, which is important, but there's a point where you want to learn from your own mistakes and you want to learn from the mistakes of other people, maybe people like myself and Ty, where we've been doing this for 10, 15 years, right? You follow theory, but you don't always follow stuff that's been proven, and like systems, right? So like actual done for you systems, or systems that are like kind of plug and play. You're just following like general theory, right? And often you're working hard, but there isn't much left at the end. So you're not really left with much. You worked hard, you maybe grew a little as a person, but you're not left with results or money in your bank account, okay? And don't get me wrong, like I said, I love working hard, so they're all great, but we would sooner work hard and smart, right? I think all of us here agree that's a better option. I'm not for 1 second saying don't work hard. I think we should all work very, very hard, but we should also work very, very smart, right? Because no one wants to work hard and get no results or minimum results, right? So working smart, we're smart about the decisions we make, okay? So we use outsourcing, automations, time management to get more done. Ty is extremely good at that. Think about how many businesses and projects Ty has going, right? Hundreds, okay? Myself, I own 4 businesses. I have 50 employees in one business, and I spend a couple of hours every day there. I have one business that does multi-millions a year, and I spend about 2 hours a month on it, okay? And I've been able to do that because I'm learning how to work smart, not just hard, right? So, and what smart people learn from their mistakes, but they also learn from the mistakes of others, okay? And that's key. And then they actually listen and follow systems and methods that have been used to build something successful, similar to what they want to achieve, right? And that's very important too. Don't go and follow someone that might have been successful, but is in a totally different area or business or idea. You can still learn from them. They might share some broad tactics, but if you're trying to really follow someone's system, follow it in an industry that you want to go into, right? So hopefully that makes sense, guys. And hopefully you're still here because you want to start a business, but you don't know the best route. You realize, well, Rudy, yeah, you're right. Maybe for now, I have been working hard, but I need to work hard and I need to be working smarter, okay? Who here thinks they're better at the working hard part than the working smart part, right? And it's not anything you guys should be ashamed of. For a long time, I worked hard, and it wasn't until I worked hard and smart that my business took off, okay? So yeah, good. A few of you raising your hand. So, and the way to know this is if if you're working hard and smart, your business and revenue should keep doing this and this and this. If it's not, if it's doing this or it's not really going anywhere and you're still working hard every day, you turn up, then you're probably missing that smarter aspect, okay? So, and like I said, it's totally okay. We all get there, right? You're here today to hopefully stop doing that, right? So like I said, this today is for you. If you want to start a business or you want to take your business to the next level, right? You have a business and you want to grow it to that next level, or maybe you're looking for an opportunity. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, where you're trying to help other business owners as a consultant, as an agency, okay? I think that's one of the biggest opportunities right now. Ty agrees. He's obviously been preaching that for several years through SMMA, right? And I have, friends and people on my program, so does Ty, where they're implementing their skills in online marketing into brands, okay? And I'll talk a little later about why I think that's one of the best ways to start a new business with no capital, okay? And you'll see why it's such a unique opportunity right now. So how building a business changed Ty's life, okay? So he used to work a boring job. It was stressful and it didn't pay very well until he was 18. He didn't know how to make six figures, right? He skipped college, but then he kind of went a different route. He decided to self-educate. He started learning from books, looking for mentors, traveled, okay? He went and worked with the Amish for years to learn from them, okay? And he took a very unique path, definitely more unique if you think 20 years ago, right? 25 years ago. Now it's a little less unique. A lot of us are going online, skipping college, traveling around the world to learn from people. But if you think 20 years ago, it was definitely very unique, okay? And, you know, it's left him being the person he is today, okay? He runs big, successful businesses. He doesn't have to give up his freedom. And now he's starting to run big American brands, okay? And the cool thing is he's acquiring, going in, building these brands, building the strategy. But again, he's not, you know, Dress Barn, he bought last year. I'm an investor. He's not at the Dress Barn headquarters, teaching the staff every day, training the staff, doing the strategy, right? If you think about it, he's traveling, buying new brands, linens and things, and Franklin Mint. So it's pretty cool. So Ty's living proof of what I just talked about. He works hard. He definitely works hard. I know, because I speak to him every day. He doesn't stop, but he's also extremely smart about the work he does and the hours in the day. Okay. So let's get into these 8 costly mistakes. And then, like I said, I'm going to flip it and show you things you should focus on. So 8 really unique opportunities. So 8 costly mistakes right now. Maybe some of you are already falling into this, and it's okay, because today's training is going to pull you back out of them, I hope. Okay. So the first one is choosing the wrong niche. Okay. So the wrong niche is basically choosing the wrong business to start. And what I explain when you choose the wrong niche, the wrong business industry, or even the wrong product or offer, it's like trying to push a boulder uphill for like the next 4 years or the next 10 years of business. And what I say is, if you get into a niche or a business or create an offer or product that's really unique and in a great like time period, like it's trending right now, it's like running a business where you're pushing a boulder downhill, right? Like you don't even have to, you just tap it, or you just kind of push it slightly and it'll just roll for you. Everyone here should want that. You should all want a business that you just tap it and it starts working, okay? You add something new, it starts working. A lot of you are working hard, but you're in a business and a niche that maybe isn't trending right now, isn't easy to scale. So you're trying to grow this business. It's like pushing this big heavy boulder uphill all the time. So just raise your hand. And I was there for 3 or 4 years too, guys. So raise your hand if you feel like that. You feel like you're putting in all the effort, you're doing everything right, but it just kind of doesn't go the way you think it should go, or the way you deserve. Okay. So a lot of you, yeah, I feel you guys, it sucks, but it's okay, because the cool thing is you're learning all the steps, you're putting in the work. Okay. You're building that repertoire of skills and experience. So if you then pivot and take everything you've now learned, the work ethic, the mindset you've created, and pivot to something that's now easy, it's like pushing that boulder downhill. Imagine how easy it becomes, right? You've just been pushing a boulder uphill for 3 years. Now you get to push it downhill and everything just works. And that's the same for me. So like 4 or 5 years, I hardly made any money, less than 6 figures. I changed what I was doing. I went online more. I learned funnels, advertising. And then I made over $1 million in my first year, because for 4 years, I was like kind of in a training ground where I was learning a lot of the key skills as an entrepreneur. I was working hard, but I wasn't doing the right stuff and working smart, right? So as soon as I pivoted, it just went like that, okay? Because I put in the years before. So next one. Yeah, these numbers are off a little. Good catch. So next one is invest in your profits, like making bad decisions with your money, right? Not investing wisely, investing poorly. So a lot of people do this, especially with social media, right? So an example of that, might be you earn 5,000 or you earn 10,000 or you earn 20,000. And instead of using that to build a team or hire a mentor or take the next course, you know, you kind of like buy a Lamborghini, or you buy a nice car, or you buy a Rolex, or you buy some Gucci shoes. Okay. So that would be a, you know, or maybe you just invest them in your business still, maybe not something quite like that, but you invest those profits into some sort of business or idea that isn't for you, isn't profitable. Okay. So don't fall into that mistake. Reinvest everything into your brain, into your team, into your business, into knowledge to start, because then one day you'll have more than enough money to buy all the cool stuff. Okay. So next problem is selling products no one wants, right? I talked about this a little in number one. It's like pushing that boulder uphill. The ads don't work. The funnel doesn't work. It doesn't convert, okay? That's a big, big problem. And it makes a lot of you, it sets you off at a disadvantage. It's like trying to do a marathon run and you're carrying 200 pounds on your back, right? Or dragging a car, and everyone else is just running the normal marathon, okay? I don't want that for you guys, okay? You shouldn't want that for yourselves. So you should really consider what you're doing right now. Number four, trying to do everything yourself. So you have this great work ethic. Maybe you work hard, but you're not working smart by looking at what you're a genius at. It's called 80-20, right? A lot of you have probably heard of the 80-20 rule. What are you a genius at that provides 80% of the results? Okay, spend that, focus on that, and spend, you know, all your time on what you're a genius at that provides all the results. And the stuff that isn't, then you should outsource. You should hire a team, or just get rid of it if you can. Okay. Number five is e-commerce. So e-commerce is an ever-growing platform. You guys are here today on the internet buying stuff, right? Amazon, look at it. So look at e-commerce. You maybe haven't changed your business to adapt for that. Or again, you're in the wrong business and you're ignoring the biggest boom in history, right? Right now, e-commerce is just going up and up and up. But like everything, you know, like oil or the internet, it reaches a plateau. Okay. So it's going up and up and up. The earlier you jump on, the better. You know, the earlier you jump on, if you jump on here, you're still going to do good, but it's not going to be as good as if you jumped on down here, right? So think about that. So think about e-commerce, how you could make the most of that trend right now. That's what me and Ty are focused on. That's all my agency has done for 2 or 3 years. I've scaled big brands to crazy figures quickly because they're in such a trending niche right now. Okay. Ty is buying businesses that he can shift into e-commerce because they didn't. They actually went bankrupt. So don't just think, oh, this is Rudy and Ty's stupid idea. Like, we're literally buying brands that did $1.5 billion last year and they've gone bankrupt. Just stop and think about that for a second. A company did $1 billion and then went bankrupt. Something very wrong there, right? If you don't understand how powerful e-commerce is, that's why they couldn't adapt to e-commerce, okay? Over the last 10 years, a lot of these big businesses, GNC, Radio Shack, Toys R Us, you guys know, they didn't adapt, so they crumbled, okay? So number 6, learning digital marketing. Like I said, it's like a, you know, imagine if half the American population started learning Chinese and talking Chinese now, right? And you go, oh, I don't need to learn Chinese. It's fine. 5 more years later, now 70% of the population know Chinese, right? And then 90%. And then you're still like, nah, it's not important, okay? And then imagine you become the last person in America that can't speak Chinese. How much of a disadvantage would you guys be at? Would you be at, okay? You'd be at a major disadvantage, right? So it's kind of the same with digital marketing for business, right? The businesses, you know, the businesses that aren't adapting is, you know, just like, oh, I don't need to go online. I don't need to learn Facebook ads. I don't need to learn upsells. I don't need to learn email marketing. I don't need to grow my social media, right? That's kind of what they're doing, okay? So don't be that person, right? If you adapt first, you win, okay? And there's a lot of economic proof behind that. Look at Uber, Airbnb. Uber, far more successful than Lyft. The people that founded Lyft, Ty was telling me the other day, I think the founders of Lyft own 2% of Lyft now. They had to sell the other 98 or 97% and raise equity just to compete with Uber. They're nearly done, right? And imagine that, founding something like Lyft, global brand, and you own 3% or 2% of the business because you had to raise so much equity just to compete with Uber. Why is that? Because Uber was there first. Airbnb, Netflix. What's another rival company to Airbnb? Can you guys name any? There's a couple. Can you guys name any rivals to Airbnb? Yeah, so a couple of you, right? But not many of you. I bet most of you don't know Viabo, right? There's not many, let's all agree. If you lined up 100 people in a street, maybe 10, 20, 30 people would even know about it. Think about how many users Airbnb has versus those other brands. Very small. They're probably never going to catch up with Airbnb now. It's just dominated, right? So same for Netflix. The only one, I mean, Amazon Prime, but Amazon is like a machine, right? So if Amazon wants to, Amazon could probably compete with Airbnb because it's such a big global e-com brand. But again, that's proven the point of how strong e-commerce is, right? So Hulu, yeah, but if you still compare Hulu to Netflix, it's not close, right? Netflix just dominates. Amazon Prime and Netflix just dominate the space. If you want to start the Netflix, or you want to start another Uber or next Airbnb, it's almost impossible at this point, right? So don't be late to the trend. Don't not learn digital marketing, okay? So that kind of covers 8 about trend catching, right? You guys understand trend catching now? And same with 7. Honestly, that just covers 7 too, right? If you avoid social media, look what happens, okay? Just, you know, so yeah, good point. Booking.com and TripAdvisor are now copying Airbnb. There's a big difference there, though, as they've been established for years. They have a customer base, they have a brand presence, right? So yes, other big brands can adapt. Amazon adapted to Netflix. It created Amazon Prime movies or whatever, right? But if Amazon didn't exist, Booking.com, TripAdvisor didn't exist, could they come and tackle Airbnb? Nope, no chance, right? So yes, other big monsters can adapt. Again, they're adapting, right? That's the key thing. They're looking at how they can be smarter. They're catching on to digital marketing. They're looking at social media more, and they're not being late to the trends. For every Booking.com and TripAdvisor that are adapting, there's another 20 travel websites that have gone bankrupt, right? Because they didn't adapt, okay? So just remember that. So, you know what me and Ty think you should do instead, right? So I talked about what not to do. Avoid these, okay? Print that slide off, stick it on the wall somewhere, revisit it once a month, right? Here's what we should, basically the flip side of this. What could we do instead? So, you know, we've highlighted that social media, marketing, agency work, digital marketing, e-commerce is so, and yes, these numbers are off too, because I copied the last slide. You guys shouldn't be paying attention to the numbers. Pay attention to the stuff that can make you money. So, but I do appreciate the shout, letting me know. So building a social media agency, right? Every company out there needs marketers. They need savvy people that understand social SMMA. Who here thinks they could learn SMMA and teach a restaurant that's ran by someone that's 70 years old that hasn't ever ran stuff online, right? So yeah, a lot of you could, okay? And you might not be experts. You might not be as good as me and Ty. You might not have spent millions in ads like we have, but you can do it, okay? You can do it well. And yeah, people say it's saturated. You could argue e-commerce is saturated, right? How saturated is the supplement space? How saturated is e-commerce? It's very popular, but it's still trending, okay? So don't get worried about stuff being saturated. The key to overcoming saturation is uniqueness, right? Just remember that. Saturation isn't a reason to stop. It's about creating uniqueness in a saturated market, okay? So number 2, investing wisely. So don't waste your money. Don't invest on stuff that isn't going to provide an ROI, right? Maybe to your business, maybe to your mindset, your knowledge, or your revenue, okay? Number 3, affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is a great way for a lot of you to start. The reason we say that is the cool thing about affiliate marketing is basically it gives you the ability to learn to sell products without having to commit to buying your own products, right? So is drop shipping. And me and Ty aren't big drop shippers by any means. We're not big affiliate marketers, right? The reason we recommend it to newer people is you guys, if say we said you guys should all go learn e-commerce, And then you say, Rudy, well, and Ty, how do we do that? I say, well, go order 1,000 t-shirts, order 1,000 supplements, and 1,000 pieces of skin cream. See which one sells best and try and learn it yourself. We would feel bad and you'd be mad at us because if you didn't figure it out quickly, the supplements would go out of date, or you'd take out a bank loan and you'd have to pay that bank back for the 3,000 products you just bought, right? So the only reason, remember guys, we're always thinking a step ahead for you. The reason we might say affiliate marketing and we might say do drop shipping for ECS, for example, is we understand some stuff will fail. Some stuff will take longer to scale. That's business, that's life, okay? Not every one of you will get the same results. So what we do is say, how do we teach people that come on these trainings with us to get their feet wet, get started, start learning, start failing forward with the least risk possible? So that's why affiliate marketing is a good way, right? Because you can learn how to run ads, to build a funnel, a landing page, without going and spending half a year developing a product to find out it fails, okay? So that's number 3. Number 4, digital marketing consulting, similar to number 1, social media. So the way I differentiate those in my head, social media is a little broader, like, hey, I'm going to work with a company. I'm going to help them do their Facebook posts, their Instagram posts, their emails, and then digital marketing. So number 4 in my head would be a little more in depth. So I'm going to help them build a landing page. I'm going to write them good email copy. I'm going to set up some Google ads. Okay. So digital marketing, I would say, is a step further, a little more advanced, right? And don't get me wrong, these aren't in order, guys. So they're not like, hey, you should start at 1. You should go to, go through them in order. These are just 8 ideas me and Ty had. So number 5, e-com consulting. So it's similar to number 4, right? But it's more for online stores. So you might go up to a supplement store, a clothing store. This is what I did a lot with my agency. My agency, 50 employees. We help generate tens of millions of dollars a year for our e-com clients, right? And we have such high demand. We charge 10 to 20 grand a month. We don't even work with anyone smaller than that because we don't need to at this point. But we have such demand. We have a lot of smaller businesses that can't afford me at 12, 15 grand a month. That's kind of our average. But we have a lot that want to pay 2, 3 grand a month. Okay. So we don't do that, but for you guys, you could easily do that, right? You could easily go learn it. ECS, a course we launched recently, taught that. Ty has another course that teaches that. You can learn how to write upsell pages, write emails, craft high converting copy, and then go and do e-com consulting, right? So number 6, jumping on big trends. I kind of talked about that in the last slide, what not to do. So jumping on big trends is just, it's like pushing that boulder downhill, right? Or trying to imagine swimming. If a lot of you maybe here have swam, if you ever swam in the ocean or a lake or something, it's much easier to swim with the current than trying to swim in against it, or running, or even walking in a really heavy wind. It's much easier to run or walk with the wind behind you than walking into the wind, right? So that's kind of why we're always trying to encourage you guys to jump on big trends, because business and life is hard enough. We all agree business is hard. Even me and Ty, business is hard. It's not easy, but it can become easier when you jump on big trends, okay? Number 7, building remote teams. Ty has an amazing lifestyle. He travels a lot. He does a lot of cool stuff, a lot going on. For 9 months last year, I didn't have a house. I traveled around the world, in Europe for 4 months, Spain, Italy, Greece, and I had about 40 employees, okay? So building remote teams is the future. Me and Ty have done it. I've done it for 7 years. He's probably done it for longer than me. And like this year, the whole world woke up to building remote teams. Facebook has said they're not even requiring employees to go back in. A lot of big companies are now keeping people remote, right? So a lot of, the whole world, because of the coronavirus, has cottoned on to building remote teams, right? And what you guys should do, not only build teams to help your own businesses, you can actually build remote teams as an agency, right? So if a lot of people aren't good at recruiting. So if you can become good at it, you can go to a business like mine, my agency, and say, Rudy, you have a big agency, but what if I could give you another 10 employees where you don't even have to manage them. I'll manage them for you. I just take 10%. I'll make sure all the work's great. If any of them quit, I'll replace them. If any of them have HR issues or sickness, you won't even have to worry. That's a great way for a big business. A lot of big businesses outsource, right? A lot of solo entrepreneurs outsource. They get to $1 million or $2 million because they don't want to handle employees. I'm very good at building teams. I always have been. I've enjoyed it. That's why I got to 50 or so employees myself. But most people aren't, okay? So even Ty uses me and my team as like a partner, right? A lot of the time. So think about that, how you can build remote teams, not only to benefit yourself, but to also outsource. You can work with different people and use your team to help them, okay? And then the last one, growing social media for brands. Ty said, right, you remember earlier, he said a lot of people's goals was to grow a social media following. He doesn't think it's a very good goal. I agree, it's more of a vanity measure, unless it's a ladder to selling more, okay? It's okay if it's that, but we all know deep down, 90% of people that say they want to grow social media, it's more of a vanity measure, right? And that's okay for you guys if you take advantage of that, right? So a lot of, and of course, I'm sure even the people where it's a vanity measure, they know they can use it for the good of their business or whatever, but not all of them, do, but most do, right? So think how you can grow social media for other people, right? Again, big restaurants or chains, a lot of them want to grow their social media so they can get more restaurant bookings, for example, right? So if you guys are handy on social media, you know how to edit a few videos, post, do a few memes, for example, then it can be great for you guys to help other brands grow social media. People, like Ty said, might not be the best thing, but a lot of people are obsessed with their following, right? So I hope that helps, guys. You've understood. So back a slide. We talked about the costly business mistakes, what to avoid. We talked about what you should do instead, what you can work on. As Ty mentioned at the start, before I took over, we do have the last day of our independence bundle. And luckily, a lot of what we cover in that independence bundle can teach a lot of this, okay? So that's why we put it together for 4th of July. We created 12 things. We then cut it down, did a smaller version when people asked us to extend it. So this is his independence bundle. I teach in a couple of these ones. So it's going to cover a lot of what I just taught, right? So I don't know what you guys love here. It'll be interesting to see, actually. So just type in chat the number one thing you want to work on from this. So just type the number. Rudy, I want to do number 7. Rudy, I want to do number 5. Rudy, I want to do number 4. Or maybe the top 2. If you've got 2 and you can't decide, it's okay to pick 2 because one of them might not work out as well as you want. So it's okay if you pick 2, right? So let's see. There's a lot of 4s. Freeze, 1's pretty popular. So it's a pretty big mix. Yeah, 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, 6. So it's a pretty big mix. So that's why me and Ty did that, because we did this for 4th of July. A lot of people are interested in lots of different niches, right? Which is good, because if you all chose number 1, then yes, you could argue everyone's trying to do SMMA. It's saturated. But I can see the chat clearly here. It's literally 6, 8, 1, 8, 3, 5, 2, 6, 4, 5, 4, 1, 7. So it's a big mix, okay? 3, 5, 4, 1. So a very big mix, right? So what we did is we bundled everything. A lot of you are fans of Ty's. You've bought his programs in the past. So you know a lot of these on the website cost $50, $100, $200. But what we wanted to do is give you all of them, because you're probably going to go through them and change your mind. You might start number 1. You might fail at it, or it might not be for you, or you might have a hard time. And remember, that's when that pivoting thing comes in, right? So you can go on any of these and trust they're all really good for you. They're all like really well thought out programs and smart business plans, or we wouldn't have done courses around them, right? Me and Ty aren't stupid. When we create a course, we create a course to teach a skill that's in high demand, because if not, it wouldn't sell for us either, okay? So these are all very hot topics. They're all very smart ways to go and create an online business. And what we decided to do, rather than just selling you 1 or 2 for 200, we were like, let's bundle everything. we call it the independence bundle because I really think this is a cool way for you guys to get your independence, right? To go online, to grow a business, pivot your current business maybe, so you can get better results, right? And we did it all for $199. So it's a pretty irresistible offer. I don't really need to pitch this by any means.
Hey, Rudy, I just noticed on the slide there, the link is actually incorrect. It should be /next, not /link.
Good, that helps.
Just wanna,
thank you for that. Yeah.
there we go. I'll put it in the chat as well.
Cool. So guys, there's the link. We're going to go into Q&A, right? The only other thing before we go into Q&A that you guys need to kind of understand, you might be thinking, well, what will I learn, Rudy? So like I said, hopefully you can understand what you'll learn. You're going to basically be able to pick 1 or 2 of these. Obviously you can pick all 8, but you should only focus on, you should only really focus on 1, 2, or maybe 3 to start, right? So there's the link, tylopez.com/next. Very simple for you guys. Here's a summary of what you'll learn if you're still unsure. You're going to really learn how to craft the perfect offer for an agency/consulting. 3 or 4 of those were about you working and doing stuff for other businesses, right? So think about how you know, we're going to teach you how to not only learn how to do that, but actually present a pitch to get more clients, right? Because we want you guys to be successful. The social media, building a social media was big, right? So we're going to teach you how to go from 0 to thousands of loyal fans pretty quickly, okay? And whether you might do that for yourself, but also maybe can offer it for other brands. Me and Ty both do this. We operate multiple brands on almost autopilot, right? So you can continually jump from business to business, and that's like the next level thing. So you might not do this right away, but our goal for you is you do, like, you work on one, it starts being successful, and then you start a second brand because you're learning how to not only build one brand, but build 2, right? And he covers that a lot in the course there. His proven blueprint for growing his social media, as he said, it's growing very big, okay? How we can get small businesses to pay for e-commerce help. And the cool thing about that with small businesses, if you think about it, a lot of the small businesses, to them, $2,000 a month's nothing, right? So like, I'm classed as a small business. I have 50 employees. When I was a beginner, hiring someone at $2,000 a month was a lot of money. Now, my payroll's like $250,000 a month, right? 250K. So if you can come in and do something for $2,000 a month that I really need, I don't even like look at it. Okay. It's like less than 1% of my payroll, right? Whereas for you, $2,000 might be a lot of money. And if you can get 4 people like me, 4 small businesses, small business owners, it can be online entrepreneurs or in person, and do that, you can make a lot of money, right? For you. Okay. And the same for how you can get them to, you know, either help, you can do their social media, you can do their e-commerce, you can do their email marketing. There's a lot, right? How you can outsource and grow your team from almost your smartphone, right? And again, that's a little more next level, but we want you guys to think bigger too. It's not about just that first business. It's how you can go on and build multiple businesses, right? So, next, how to build Facebook campaigns correctly. Facebook's a big advertising platform. So we're going to teach you that because that's going to help for any business. You can, you know, what to say to people when they say they can't afford your services. We're going to teach you how to come over that. It's the biggest sales objection for you guys. We want you to learn that because a lot of these are helping other people, right? How you can use Facebook's billion-dollar machine to find better customers, either for you or for the brands, right? How to earn commissions selling other people's products. Like we said, that's affiliate marketing. It's really cool because tomorrow you can go and start advertising a really viral product. So if you're like, Rudy, I get we should do viral stuff, but I don't know how to do it. I can't think of anything viral right now. Then the cool thing is you can go take a viral product and just start selling it, right? How to convert cold traffic, i.e. new people, into repeat buyers. And the same funnels, the same scripts, the same templates that Ty and myself use for digital marketing, okay? So we're closing this down tonight. I think he mentioned it. We're way past July 4th now. So go there, head there. The only cool thing I'm going to do, this was my idea, so you guys can thank me later. There's a lot of proof in psychology that the first 14 days are the hardest. A lot of people will download this bundle. They will get in there, they'll get overwhelmed. They'll click all the courses. They won't know where to start. They'll have questions. and you can't get questions from us, right? We host one training on Friday. There's a bunch of people on it for a little Q&A. But what I wanted to do to help you guys, help you action takers, because I know the first 14 days, I used to be a coach, so I know how important support is what I convinced Ty and the team to do. Next 20 people only, or first 20 people to get in. I have Adam on here, part of the team. He's going to tell me when these 20 are full. For next 20 people, you'll get free one-to-one SMS support for the first 14 days. Okay, so next 14 days, because they're the hardest. I'll write that here so it's clear. First 14 days, you'll get SMS support, okay? First 20 people. So Adam's checking who signs up. So go there, click tylopez.com/next. And the first 20 people, because it's personal, right? It's SMS support. So we can't have all 100 people that want to join this from today's training, or 200. I don't know how many will join. But for the next 20, we can work with you. 14 days, we will help you get off, right? Get off to success. We'll tell you which course to take. If you have questions, if you're trying to present an offer to a restaurant, we can help you with it. If you're not sure which one to start on, or you have a business, you don't know how to pivot, everything I taught you today will help you, okay? Richie just said, I bought on 4th of July, truly worth every penny. I agree. I mean, $200, you can't get a better ROI for that with these courses. Then I don't know what to do, what to say, okay? This bundle includes everything. Yeah, so next 20, I'm watching in chat as you guys join. Team are gonna tell me. So just head there quickly, click the link, tylopez.com/next, and you'll get the SMS support. So we got a few coming in already. Another one coming in. So remember, money loves speed, right? You first 20 people, you're gonna get that support. Okay, so a few questions why those first 20 fill in. So does age, location matter? Nope, it does not matter. The cool thing is we're online, right? We're a big proponent of online. So, as long as you're old enough to use a credit card, build a business legally, we don't want to sell to anyone that can't, then, as long as you're old enough to be building a business, credit card and stuff tends to be 18 plus for most countries, then location doesn't matter, right? Then you're able to, do this anywhere. We have people all around the world on these programs getting great results. People in London, Dubai, Australia, India, okay? Do I need experience? No, I mean, so experience is going to help, but the reason you learn from people like me and Ty is you get our experience, right? So you're going to get your own experience, but you don't want to just be dependent solely on your experience, because it's a very slow and painful learning curve, right? If you look at anyone successful in life, then they have mentors that help them and guide them, right? So we're doing that for you, right? So you're going to get your own experience, but don't wait for that. Let us use our experience, right, to help you get quicker results. What if I don't have a product to sell? Like I said, the cool thing about this is it's not the end of the world, right? If you don't have your own product, you can do the affiliate marketing route, where you can actually learn how to sell other people's viral products, okay? You get your feet wet. So say you want to go and do a beauty store or a clothing store. Go find a top clothing store. You can sell their products. They pay you a lot. Most of the money you'll get from that sale, because they just want the customer. And then what happens is when you start selling a lot, you're like, wow, I can just sell my own. I can go make my own. I've made enough money. I have enough proof now. I know this works. I know how to do it. So I'm going to go order my own 500 shirts, right? That's why I love this for new. I wish I had done this, because I actually didn't know this when I started years ago. So I created my own supplement line, ordered thousands of the damn things, and I had to burn half of them, like in the store, in the supplement manufacturers, they had to melt them and burn them, because eventually I didn't sell enough of them, right? I wish I had sold other people's supplements, learned how to do it, and then I could have gone and ordered my own, right? When does it close? Tonight, right? You guys, I all said that tonight. Okay, a few more spots left on the SMS text, guys. So a couple more spots left if you want to join that. I'll just remind you of the bundle. So you're getting Social Media Marketing Agency 3.0, the latest program. I teach a bit in that. So you're going to learn how to build that social media marketing agency, okay? Funny story, I think Ty mentioned it. I actually had a fitness business. I scaled it to millions. And then I started watching some of Ty's stuff. I took SMMA, went through the course. And then that actually was one of the reasons that urged me to go and build my agency. Ty said it was an adapting trend. I listened to him, luckily. And, you know, I was following other people too. I went online, built a big agency, 40 employees. And then obviously me and Ty ended up working together, right? So it kind of went full circle. It's kind of a cool story. But yeah, I love SMMA. Big part of my life now, right? ABI Masterplan. So ABI is about how to invest, okay? How to invest wisely. As you know, Ty's big on this, especially right now. He's very big on investing. So he's teaching on the front lines what he's doing. He's kind of making history right now. And I know that's a bold statement, but honestly, not many people right now are buying these brands that are going down. He's buying them and taking them back up, okay? So just think about that. Ty is really making history in what he's doing here. Cashflow is how to use affiliate marketing, right? So we talked a lot about why that's important and how you should use affiliate marketing to piggyback your own business, right? If you can use it to start, piggyback your own business, it's a great way for all of you to get started. Some of you, I saw you have no money to buy products and stuff, then it's great for that. You don't have to commit to buying 1,000, okay? Traveling CEO, that is how you can travel and build these businesses, right? So a lot of you guys, you know, you become an entrepreneur for freedom, right? Raise your hand up, put yes in chat if you want freedom. You kind of became an entrepreneur to get freedom. Okay, good, a lot of you. So what's going to happen eventually is you do the opposite. You work so hard and you don't build the right systems that you don't have any freedom. So, you know, me and Ty have been there ourselves. That's why you learn from mentors. I used to work 18 hours a day, stressed as hell, couldn't do the stuff I wanted. I still work a lot. Me and Ty both work all day, but at least we work from enjoyment. If we want to have 2 days off, we want to go travel somewhere, we want to spend time with family, we can. And we have the teams and the systems in place to do that. So that's what this teaches, right? E-commerce agency and then digital social marketing consultant. Those two are how to build agencies and do consulting, okay? We talked a lot about how that's so, you know, how that's so important and why it's such a hot trend right now. Everyone is going online. Literally, there's never been a better time. You think about all those physical stores that are trying to go online. They need people like you. They have no clue what they're doing, and they're trying to go online to save their business. So will they pay a couple of grand for help from a savvy marketer that's learned from someone like Ty, one of the best online marketers in the world? Yes, they'll pay for sure. And you guys could be saving these businesses. You could be saving families, right? Social media secrets, how to grow a big social media following either for yourself or for other businesses. And again, never been a better time. A lot of people trying to go online. And then trends. We talked a lot about trends. The person that's there first often wins, okay? So how can you guys be better at spotting trends, right? We're going to teach that. That's a life skill. That could be worth $1 million in itself. Knowing the next trend, jumping on it. In 5 years, you guys could take that course. In 5 years, you guys could become wildly successful, more successful than me maybe, or Ty even, because you caught a trend, right? So learning that is like a life skill in business that you can't ever replace, okay? That in itself is, you know, more than worth it, right? Right, so I got the official word. We have 3 spots left for the SMS support for 2 weeks. So I'm going to hold on. You guys that are on the fence, don't be. Join now. It's the best $199 you could ever spend. If you don't believe you can get an ROI for $199, it's an internal issue, right? These courses work. They have hundreds of case studies. So you guys have to bite the bullet and make the commitment. A lot of you maybe have a course from Ty or have wanted to learn from Ty. This has never been a better time. Some people in here have bought multiple of these, paid way more. Some of you have one or two, you know, it's good quality. It works out, if you do the maths, 8 courses, $200, very, very cheap. It's like 1 pizza per course. How many times have you guys bought pizza or McDonald's or Uber Eats in the last 2 months? Probably could have paid for this course, right? All of you. So don't be on the fence, especially the SMS support, be able to text Ty's team. Me, I check that chat. I answer sometimes back on that as well. You get that text support. One tweak or one idea from our team, again, could change your whole life and business. So don't be, you know, don't be worrying about that. Okay. This is a irresistible, really irresistible bundle right here. Right, so I'm going to wrap up. I think we got 1 or 2 left. Adam, you want to just give me one more update? And then, yeah, guys, so remember, even if later tonight, speak to a family member or spouse, maybe you kind of had to work it through, move some money, this will still be open till the end of tonight, right? So you might not get any SMS support, but you will still be able to get in this program, right? And then you'll have this for the next year. Imagine what you can do, a year of learning all of this from Ty and myself. And the cool thing too, guys, if you didn't know, is if you become a member on any of the programs, every Friday we do a training. Sometimes with me, it was me and Ty and Jerome, who does a lot of real estate on Friday. So every Friday you get to learn from us, you get to ask questions. So you obviously get that support for 14 days, but you get a year of Zoom calls too. If you imagine 50 weeks in a year, you're basically paying $4 per Zoom training. Okay, that's not bad. It's not a bad deal to learn in a private group. Only members get on that Zoom. That's a pretty crazy deal in itself, right? Right, guys, we're gonna wrap up. So I hope you learned a lot today. I hope you got some tricks and tactics for how to build these e-commerce brands or these online brands or what you guys could be doing. I see some of you joined. Alex just joined. The link is back in the chat. So last chance link there for you guys. We have, I think, 1 spot left on the SMS. So make sure you jump on it. Adam's keeping record. But I had fun today teaching you guys. You're a great group, very interactive, some great goals in there. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And yeah, a lot of you that just joined, I'm excited to train you guys on Fridays too. You'll be seeing more from me, more from Ty. Daniel, can I get the last spot? Yeah, click the link, pay. I'm sure a couple of people are going. So money loves speed. We're very fair here at Ty Lopez. We don't promise stuff. So you guys go, join now. I'm excited for you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I will see some of you on Friday. For those that join, make sure you come at Friday, come hang out with us again, and I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone.